Okay, I'm so glad to be talking about this one today because this is one of the most important things you can learn about sales and marketing. Okay, one of the most important things you can learn about sales and marketing, and that's closing. Most people don't understand what closing means. Let me define closing for you. It simply means to assume the sale. Okay? Imagine in your mind that the person wants to sign up, but they need you to help them move forward. They've already spent time with you. They've listened to what you have to say. They have the buying signs. They look eager. They're asking good questions. Now it is time for you to assume the sale. Now, a lot of people have problems here because they don't understand that you have to close. People don't close themselves. The worst thing you can do is wait for someone to say, okay, sign me up. Don't be that guy. That's amateur at best. Okay? If you're waiting for them to say, sign me up, you're not going to be a top marketer. No way, no how. Okay? You have to help them move forward, right? Most people that want help moving forward will say things like this: let me think about it, or let me talk to my spouse. That simply means make me more confident in this decision that I do not need to think about it anymore, or I do not need to discuss it with my spouse. I'm going to be so confident when I go home that my spouse will be fine with the decision that I made. Okay? It's just a simple purchase that they're interested in because obviously they wouldn't have spent time with you if they weren't looking. Does that make sense? Okay. If that makes sense to you, then closing should be automatic for you. You already read your presentation all the way through or said your presentation all the way through. You went through A, B, C, and D, your 5 steps to a conversation. You're at the end. You're supposed to close. Okay? Got it? They gave you the objection. You agreed with their objection. You gave them a response to the objection, and you close again confidently. Walk them into it. The only way to close is to be confident in what you just said in the presentation. It should be enough. If you're looking for more answers, more than what you've been taught, you're not confident. You literally just did a whole presentation that you yourself don't even believe in. Let me ask you a question. Answer this for me. If I told you I was going to give you $1 million tax-free money, nobody's going to jail, okay? And you're going to get $1 million. Are you going to just sit there and tell me you need to think about that? No, you're going to go ahead and do it. Only reason why you'll say think about it is I didn't say it confidently enough to make you believe that it was really a deal. Maybe it's some kind of gimmick. Then nobody wants a gimmick, but if I'm giving it to you for real and I've shown you that what I'm saying is the truth and I believe in what I'm saying, you're going to go ahead and make that decision. I'm telling you. So here's a simple technique so you can get to the next phase, so you can go ahead and close the individual that spent time with you. They're not spending time with you for their health. They're not just trying to entertain you. They do have other things to do. So if you spend even 5 minutes with them, you should be able to go ahead and make that close. So once you get to that point and they say, let me think about it, and you go over to, hey, what do you have to think about? Just to be honest with me, what is it? Oh, is it the price? Is it me? Is it the product? And then they'll tell you. They'll give you an honest answer. Oh, man, it's just my wife. It's just my wife. I don't know, man. I don't really like to make purchases by her. Oh, really? So I tell you what, let's set you up this way. You still get time to talk to your wife. We'll do this. We'll do that. And then go ahead and say, so here's what we're going to do next. I'm going to go ahead and get you signed up. I'm going to go ahead and get you signed up. We're going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and get your information into our computer. I'm going to get your information into our iPad. I'm going to process this order that you agreed to. We're doing this for you. We're saving you this. Pretty sure your wife's not going to be bothered by that. If it's that bad of a situation, listen, you can call me. You can come get back with me. All right. If your wife doesn't like to save $300 or $400, if your wife doesn't want to save an additional $90, if your wife doesn't want to save $2,000, if your wife doesn't want to get this upgrade, if your wife doesn't want this extra stuff, if your wife doesn't want this extra money, if your wife doesn't want this gift card, we totally understand. But go ahead. I'm gonna let you take everything to her. I'm gonna let you do this. I'm gonna just set this order up and get it. And if it doesn't work out, hey, no harm, no foul. But what we're gonna do, this is what we're gonna do. Here's the next step. Here's the next step. Here is the next step. Got it? You gotta assume the sale. You gotta walk into it. You gotta lead them in there. They want to do it. They're just, it's uncomfortable. Right? I hope you got that. All right. When you close, assume the sale. You can't assume a sale if you don't believe the presentation works. If you know the presentation works, and it's probably been working because whoever gave you your presentation, they've already signed up or sold or marketed 1 million people. They just gave to you what works for them, and all you got to do is believe it. And if you believe it with confidence and you say it with confidence, then you can assume the sell and you can say, here's what's going to happen next. This is what we're going to do. This is how it's going to happen. All right? When people say, let me think about it, when people say, let me talk to my spouse, they just don't believe you yet. They're doubting you, and that means you're not on top of your presentation. You hadn't said it with confidence. You don't know that it really works, and it's in your body language. It's in your tone. It's in everything you're saying. All right? Because if they spend 5-10 minutes with you, they should be ready to do it. They could